start off by saying congratulations. I watched the film and it was so enticing. It just had me glued to the screen the entire time. So, congratulations. You gave a phenomenal performance.
Oh, thank you, Gracie. I appreciate that. I'll take it.
The mob and cop genre is so full and so beloved. So, what was it about this film specifically that stood out to you and wanted to take it on, kind of?
I think what it was this person who was living this double, triple life. He was a family man, he was also a killer, and he was also a cop. So it was a really, really interesting story of somebody who is juggling, and he was also an actor, which I thought like I could really relate to. Um, but juggling all those things as a human being is wild, especially walking a line where you're the good guy during the day, and then at night you're just or whenever you're just not. You're just a
Yeah.
bad person.
Yeah, as an actor, how do you go through that process of finding the fact that he thinks he's the good guy in his own story, but still staying true to the fact that he has so many faces?
You know what? He wrote a book. So I read his book, and it was fast. This is before he got caught.
Hmm.
Book, and he was kind of like talking about how he was. This is based on a true story too. So he was talking about how he was a mafia cop and how his family was connected in the mafia, and I just thought it was like, I just thought it was fascinating, and I actually got a lot of information from that book of who this person was. And now reading the book and then knowing what you know about him, like he was moonlighting as a killer for organized crime, which was just it was nuts. So I really got a lot from the book that he was.
Yeah. Obviously, you have the book to go off of, but for you creatively, were there any small details or parts of a costume that really helped you embody him and get into his mindset while you were performing?
So um I I'm he was really big guy. I'm not a really big I'm not a really big guy. So there were a couple of things that we did um when we were shooting. One is I personally gained about 15 pounds for the role in a month. I think 10, 15 pounds. And then I started lifting weights, tried to get bigger because he was a big guy.
Hmm.
Um, I actually wore a fat suit in the films, and I had a mustache, which those things really work because I'm not that big, and I actually wore 3-inch lifts on top of the boots. So I was big. I felt like I felt like a big person. So it actually helped me out um, quite a lot, getting in wardrobe and getting just stepping into to Benetti.
Yeah, how long did that process take to get ready every day? Because I was looking at the costume and knowing that you had to wear lifts as well. What was it like when you got to set and then the makeup chair and then getting on to actual like filming?
Yeah, I mean they did. I mean, they call it the works in the movie business. So I probably went through the works. Works is like hair and makeup, probably for an hour, and then some of the times where some of the stuff was like I was more gray because it was different timelines. Took me about an hour, hour and a half to get ready, and then it was kind of uncomfortable. But I think being being a person that size, I think it is uncomfortable a lot of the times. So it actually worked for what I was doing, but it probably took me about an hour and a half to go through the works, as we say.
That's a lot of time and effort to go in. So props to you for going through that.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it was like a fact. It was like it was a whole thing.
Yeah, I can imagine, but your performance was stellar, so you couldn't even tell that you were struggling with all of it on you.
It's okay. Cool. Thanks. Movie magic, I guess.
I guess so. But another thing I love about films is the score and how it can affect the way people perceive a film as a whole. So, with that being said, getting into this character, did you create a playlist or was there a song that came to mind with this character?
It's actually funny that that you said that, but I did have a playlist. I did have some music that I listened to. I listened to a lot of like music from the 40s,
Okay.
40s, 50s, 60s. I listened to um, the Four Seasons. I listened to some Rolling Stones, which helped me out a lot. It kind of got me into the vibe of Leo. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's funny you said that because yeah, I did listen to some music as I was working.
Music can be a powerful key to embracing someone, and I love that you say the Rolling Stones kind of gave you that vibe.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just what's the Sympathy for the Devil? That
Yeah.
song.
Yeah. But I watched a few of your previous interviews, and obviously you've been going at acting for a while. You have a great resume of past projects as well. What are you hoping to see for your future as a creative? Because obviously you have experience in the mob, crime, dark dramas. What's next for you? What do you want to tackle?
I just want to tackle good material. That's good material, interesting characters. Um, that's what I basically want to do. I just want to do. I mean, I could do other stuff other than the mob, New York thing, and I have in the past. It's just kind of what I'm doing right now because obviously I am very very New York Italian. I fit that genre, but um, I don't know. I kind of just take it as it comes right now. I just did this project, and it looks like we're probably going to get greenlit for Angel Studios about this singer from the '90s. His name was Carmen, and he was a huge Christian singer, huge following. And I played his brother, and I'm narrating the whole film. So that should be fun. And he's a cop, but he's a good cop.
We're still keeping it a little to the cops, but hey, all movies are good movies.
Exactly,
My
exactly.
last question for you, though. Actors are often their biggest critics. So I'm wondering for you, what's something that you're proud of yourself for on this film?
I was proud of myself. Like, I've done a lot of plays too. I was proud of myself that I worked to the extent that I did. Um, the guy who played Ira Grossman, he was the Jewish man that we killed, we pulled over. He's a very close friend of mine. His name is Graham Sibley. Graham Graham and I worked. He worked this script with me for a month every day. So I went over to Graham's house every day, and he sat down and worked with me for a month, asked questions, like did a lot of deep work that you don't really get to do usually when you're working on a film. With theater, you get to do that. You get to explore more, but you don't get to do that kind of work. So that really, really helped me out a lot. I was really proud of the work as far as that goes that I did, just, kind of sticking with it.
Definitely. I love that. Well, thank you again for your time and congratulations on everything.
Thank you. It's going to be out April 25th, which is Friday, on demand, Apple, Amazon. It'll be streaming, it's in theaters. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Tag me on whatever you got going on. That's my Instagram, Jeremy Luke 323. I appreciate you, Gracie.